Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Sunday Messages. I am so excited to be here with you. And you know what's really interesting about this? I mean, it's predictable, but also interesting that as soon as I started shifting this show in the direction of more riffing, more collective prayers, things like that, of course, all of the podcast submissions dry up. And I'm like, okay, all right, I hear you loud and clear. More riffing, more collective prayer, more off the cuff content. So here we are. Now, what do I want to start with? Because I have some big news that I really want to share with you. So where do I want to start? I'm just going to feel into the collective prayer, and we're going to start there. I'm in full agreement for resolution and clarity on all levels. So for anything that is in a state of being unfinished, being unresolved, I'm in full agreement for that to come to completion now. I'm in full agreement for that to come to a point of peace, resolution, and consensus among everyone involved and affected. Full agreement for that to happen now. Full agreement for well-being to remain dominant, for you to understand that, remember and understand that well-being is your natural state. I'm in full agreement for you to have clear vision around everything going on in the situation. I'm in full agreement for the necessary details, information, and solutions to come to you with ease. I am in full agreement for you to make yourself available for these things and for you to soften the amount of force that you are feeling within your body or mind. I'm in full agreement for you to just know that this gets to be easy and this gets to be effortless, that you are not the one who's doing the heavy lifting in these situations. That is God, that is the universe, that is Sky Daddy. You are simply the receiver of these things. You are the calibrator. You are the energetic match for the things that you desire. Full agreement for you to know this and for you to step into this fully and for you to synchronize and harmonize with everything that you want. All right, that was a good one. Good way to kick this off. Okay, big news. And then I will feel into the topic that wants to come up and we'll do a little riff and then we'll pull tarot. Okay, so the first thing that I want to mention is you all know that I have been putting together a sexy class, okay, with sexy topics and all of that juicy stuff. And I kept feeling that there was more coming. I was like, there's more modules that want to come and I don't know when it's going to be ready. And I got clarity on this last night. Okay, so the sexy class is going to be ongoing. So it's going to be set up in the same way that Money Magic is set up, where you buy in and then you get all the modules. And then I'm going to, like all the future modules that I add, you keep getting more and more and more. So the same way that I have Money Magic, where as soon as you're in, you're in. And anytime I add to it, you get in that as well. And so this is going to be set up the same way. And are you ready for the name? Are you ready for the title? It is called Slut Magic. That's right, baby, Slut Magic. That is the sexy class. There are so many topics that we are going to be going over. I have a whole list if you want to go check out the page for it. I'm really excited to share more about it. But I even have my pelvic floor physical therapist is going to come give a guest lecture in it. I'm really excited about that. And it's big. there's a lot of stuff that I have coming out. And so the modules, I'm going to pace it. It's going to be kind of like a slow drip because the calls are going to be very rich. They're going to be very in-depth. And so I want to make sure that you're digesting them and feeling into practicing. And if you have any questions about anything. And so anyway, Slut Magic is officially here. She has been born. And I think I'm going to be, sprinkling classes throughout the next few months. And then eventually it'll just be a rolling, putting out a module whenever I feel like another one wants to come through. And I have a feeling that this is also, let me back up for a moment. So all of the content up to this point has been created from my single life. So that's worth noting that it doesn't matter if you're single. It doesn't matter if you're in a relationship. It doesn't matter. This content was built just from me being single. But I have a feeling that in the future that is going to change and it's just going to grow. It's going to grow into more relationship, sexual stuff. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm super excited to have you there. And this is, I feel this way about so many things, but it is one of my favorite creations to date. And anyway, more to come. Go check it out if you've been interested in that. I'm so, so, so excited. And we will be starting soon. I'm going to do the first module at the beginning of November. And it's going to be a really, really, really good time. Okay. The next piece of news that I have for you is I have added VIP seats to the Nightery. So if you're wanting to do calls with me, if you're wanting Voxer and calls, like a normal mastermind structure, get into the Nightery. Okay. So that is pretty much the only way to work with me. Unless you're a big dog and you want to do one-on-one, that's available, but I'm really, really limited on that. And I have a feeling I'm going to be phasing that out of my work. So if you want to get in to work with me, have my eyes and ears and nose on your stuff and in your world and helping you refine things, get into the Nightery, get into the Nightery, get into the Nightery. And so there's two different versions, right? You can just do Voxer where it's like come and go, no long-term commitments or anything like that. You can just use it for whatever it is that you want. You can hit me up as you please. You can ask for prayer requests, whatever. And then the VIP seats, we do calls that are scheduled, right? So we can work together in that capacity, and you get Voxer. So it's more of a holistic experience. There's only 5 spots available for that. So if you're interested, go check that out. Links to everything will be in the description box as always, or the show notes. So thank you so much. I am so excited for what is coming up. You have no idea. You are not ready for a Slut Magic. It is going to rock your world and it's going to be epic. So let me see. Is there anything else I want to update you on? Nightery opens on November 1st. And remember, after you apply, I let you in on the 1st of the month. Okay, so if you apply October 28th, I let you in on November 1st. If you apply November 2nd, you get in on December 1st. So just understand that's the timing. That's how I'm structuring it, just to keep the 1 month block really clean for everyone. And yeah, that is all. Okay, so let me tune into the topic for today and see what wants to come up. Just give me one moment. I'm going to feel it out, see what's going on. Okay, let's talk about inspired action for a second. We've talked about inspired action before. I've done a whole podcast episode on it. However, there's a new piece that recently dropped in and it's resurfacing now as I'm tuning into what wants to be discussed. So, inspired action is something that you receive. So you have to be in a receptive state in order to get the ping to act. Okay? Now, what a lot of people do is if they don't have a plan or if they don't have the right next step right now, if they don't have a place to focus, they'll start getting frazzled. Like, oh no, what do? I need to do something, da 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 da. This does a few things. So it pulls you up into the mind. For most people, this is not a good place to be sitting up in the mental body. For some people it is, but that's not going to be the majority. And when you float up into the mind, it will take you out of that receptive state where you receive the ping, where you receive the inspired action, where you receive the clarity. So what the message that wants to come through has to do with understanding where you're at. Are you in a position where you're frantically like, I need to hurry, I need to figure this out, I need my next step, hurry? Is that where you're at? Because if you're there, you're not going to receive it because you're holding a frantic energy. And you're just going to be thinking, and who knows what type of energy you're going to be plugged into that is going to match the thought form that you're getting. And so it can carry you out of alignment really quickly. Because when you're holding frantic energy and then you're receiving thought forms from a frantic energy, it's not going to go super smoothly because the energy that's backing it is frantic. If you want things fast, clean, and efficient, well, then you've got to put yourself in a relaxed state. That's required in order for you to receive the thought form that matches that energetically. Okay, so that's the first thing that wants to come up. There's another piece. Give me 1 second. The fear, okay, so the fear that comes up for people, and I have been guilty of this, I am not exempt from this, I am just as human as the rest of you, I promise. It is fear that if I do nothing, I will not get the idea. I will not get the inspired action. I will not get the signal to move. This is the thing about rest and receiving that freaks people out. It is the liminal space of the unknown. What if I don't get the idea that is putting people into a panicked state? And what I want to reassure you is that there's no way that you're not going to receive the idea or receive the move. Of course you will. Like, it's important for you to move your projects forward and for you to get to where you want to go. However, you will go slower if you are simply receiving frantic thought forms that are matching your frantic energy and then moving on these frantic, I just need to do something for the sake of doing something because I think it's moving me forward, hamster wheel. That is not effective and it's not efficient. It can move the needle 1%. It can, but wouldn't, I don't know, like 70% feel better? If you could have it all, if you could have your body and your nervous system in a relaxed state and receive the action pieces that move your projects forward and be able to enjoy the liminal space in between. Now you're getting a pleasurable, holistic experience around whatever it is that you want to move forward. So you have to decide for yourself, what am I leading with? So it is not true that just because you're relaxing or you're resting or you're doing nothing means that nothing is happening. Because what you're doing is, I am preparing myself to receive the inspired action or the clarity or the right next move. And I'll know it when I feel it. I'll know it when I hear it. I'll know it when I see it. I'll know when the inspiration comes. And it'll be so exciting that I can't help myself, or it'll feel so right, or it'll feel so clear, or it'll feel like such a hell yes, that it becomes undeniable. And I have no choice but to move with the energy. And the thing is, those moves are only clear when you're not overthinking. If you're overthinking and it's causing gridlock and frustration or fear, right? You're in the wrong zone. That is just not the place where the quote unquote $1 million idea or the $1 million move is going to come from. You know what I mean? Or whatever area of life you're focused on. So just consider that, take that with you, like chill out so that your thought forms can match that. Chill out and see how that works. Because I promise you the inspiration will come. It will come. You'll get pinged. I promise. It's just really uncomfortable in that liminal space if you're not used to that. It does feel like a free fall. Okay? Okay. Let's pull some tarot, shall we? Knight of Cups again. He comes up again. What does he have to offer? This could also be a person. So court cards, I've said this before, sometimes they're an aspect of you. Sometimes it's someone in your field, in your space, someone who's in your life. Who is it? Who is it? Okay. Then we have the Hierophant. The word commitment's coming up. Hold on. There's this energy of commitment, devotion, but I'm not sure where it's coming from. It's like devoting to what? Maybe sit with that this week. What are you devoting to? What are you devoted to? What are you committed to? And just do some investigating on that. I think you'll get some clarity. I think this is coming up as being vague because it's just meant to be a breadcrumb for you more than anything else. So consider the commitment piece that the Hierophant offers is like structure, order, keeping your eye on the prize, like that deep intense focus is where the Hierophant really sits. So that's one piece of it. For others, maybe it is relational. It is cuffing season around here, you know what I mean? So maybe it does have something to do with relational commitment, okay, think about it this way. It has nothing to do with what the other person is doing, because usually when people get into that mindset, it acts as a repellent because they're applying pressure. What this is your devotion. Are you devoted? Are you in the energy and in the vibe of being devoted to? Right? All of this matters because you receive what you are emitting. So you've got to go there first. You've got to take yourself there first. And as soon as it becomes, what's the other person doing? I want to see it in 3D. And it could be an institution. It could be a job. It could be a relationship, right? There's all different types of commitment. So just use it loosely. It's going to be resonating with many of you differently. But if you're doing this and you're saying, I am in the energy of commitment, I am in the energy of devotion, but they're not, no, then you're not. You're giving yourself away. If you're holding a tantrumy energy, then you're not. You're saying it and you think you're doing it right, and you're not. Because if you were, you would already have the thing. Okay? So you're going to have to massage that this week. Energetics don't lie. This is one of the funniest things that happens with clients is sometimes I'll get a client who is like trying to convince me that their energetics are top notch. They're like, these things aren't lining up because my energetics are perfect. And I'm telling you all these things that I'm doing, but the energy doesn't lie. Your energetics are not spoken. They are emitting from you. That's right. That's my job. My job is to read that part. It's to read everything you're not saying. It's to look at your energetic body and see, okay, what's really going on? And so understand there must be congruency. You cannot talk your way out of the truth of your energetics. This is such a good Sunday messages. Am I right? Is this not like just a banger of an episode? So anyway, get your shit together. That's what the Hierophant is here to tell you around devotion, around staying in your heart, around being unconditional. Okay? That's an important piece of this. You can't be like fussy. That's the energy that I'm picking up from. Some of you are so fussy right now. And I am like, knock it off. That is like your impatience is a repellent for the things that you want. If you can shift impatience and flip it into anticipation, genuine anticipation, then you're onto something good. But the fussiness has got to stop. You've got to knock it off. We're not doing that around here. Okay? All right, one more card. And the Queen of Cups. Your emotions have to be congruent. I cannot emphasize that enough. Your emotions, your thought forms. Okay, so your thoughts and your feelings are what result in what you emit. So all of this is pointing to that. Now, for some of you, it's like when you are, and here's how you know that it's about to pop. Okay, the manifestation or the thing is about to pop when you are like so on the pulse of it that it feels good and you're just happy to be where you are. That's how you know it's ready to pop. You are so confident and so knowing that it's like, you're there, you're there, you're there. You're feeling good. You know it's yours. You're just on it, on it, on it, on it. Your thoughts are in alignment. Your thoughts feel good. Your feelings feel good. You're in this energetic vibe. You are glowing, right? Then you're really in the zone around whatever it is that you want. I'm getting this is a lot of relationship stuff for many of you. It is either you need to go there first with yourself and you haven't, it's almost like there's a little bit of disbelief that you can actually get what you want from your own energetics. You've got to work on, yes, believe it. Believe it because it's true. And so you want to take yourself there first. You want to commit to your desire and explore the word commitment and devotion for yourself. Make sure that you are pointing in the right direction. Okay, that's really important as well. And this Knight of Cups, this is like a mysterious character. Because since there's 2 court cards on the table, that tells me that one is a person in your life and one is an aspect of you. And we have masculine and feminine counterparts here. So that's what tells me one is you, one is a figure in your life of some sort. Enjoy it, celebrate it, have fun with it. Whether it's romantic or not, that's going to vary, right? So there could... This is loose. These are general archetypes. So, use it for whatever it is that makes sense for you, but do explore your own energetic devotion and what it's to. Okay? Because that is going to be very telling and very revealing. And, yeah. There's just some investigating that wants to happen on that front. So that is all for today's show. Don't forget, if you are interested, make sure you check out Slut Magic. Make sure you check out The Nightery if you want to get the best bundle ever that is available until the end of November. And that is all for now. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.